Hey everyone, and welcome to Recipes to Die For. I'm Kara, and Jean will be coming along with us on this terrifyingly crazy journey. We have to be kind of doing this virtually this week, but next week we're gonna make some more episodes for you, and we'll be back together right on track. So today I'm going to show you how to make a Rice Krispie log. So you need to throw away your Rice Krispie bars and all the recipes that you make that everyone's done a million times, because this log is gonna change your life. So we're gonna do this first, and then we're gonna go over and hear Jean's story that she has for us this week. So with me, the first thing that you're going to do is you're gonna take from our ingredients list that we posted earlier this week, you're gonna take your marshmallows. You're gonna open them up. The whole bag. This is the bigger marshmallows, and it's a 16 ounce, 1 pound. Just shake it. Perfect. Done with that. Fabulous. Now you're gonna take a stick of butter, the whole stick, because we like butter. Amen. So you're gonna unwrap that. Make sure that it's not like refrigerated. I mean, it doesn't have to be totally room temp, but it's just gonna help make the melting process go a little bit easier. So bloop, there she blows. Boom. Next thing, we're just whipping right through this. This is gonna be the easiest, best dessert that you're gonna bring places, so you're welcome. So next you're gonna take your peanut butter, and you're gonna scoop out 1 cup. Okay, some recipe places, they skimp on the butter. They skimp on the peanut butter. We're not here to do mediocre stuff. We're here to get it done. We're here to give you the best recipe that we possibly can. All right, so I'm just kind of scooping it out, filling it up, because I can't eyeball a cup. Sorry. You come from the entertainment, not our professionalism. All right, so that should be, no, we gotta make sure we have enough. I'm a peanut butter gal. Ooh, yeah. Okay, fabulous. Now that you've had your cup, if you can eyeball it and you're incredibly good at that, good for you. But here we go. We got our cup, nice and hefty. Now you're just gonna scoop it out anyways and put it into here. So in your bowl currently, you should have your peanut butter that we're adding right now, a cup of your peanut butter. Then you should have your stick of butter, and you should have a whole bag of your marshmallows, okay? And trick, if you can't get this off, just wipe it along your bowl, okay? Or you can even scoop it out with some of the marshmallows. Coat some of those marshmallows early. I mean, do you? So, there we go. We've got all that. And I'm just gonna, see, just like this. Yep, that's how you want it. That's how it's done. Okay, so we got our peanut butter in, and then you're actually just gonna microwave it for a few minutes. Microwaves can be different. But you're just gonna microwave this for just a few minutes until it's like totally liquid. Everything's gonna get mixed together.
I whistle while you work, hey. I whistle while you work, hey.
And we're back. Look at this. Could you not just, so this is what you want. Now, you got it, but you gotta work kind of quick because this stuff will harden. So it should look like this. Now you're gonna dump in, I have a little over 4 cups here, but you're gonna need about 5 cups of your crispy rice cereal. So you're gonna throw that in, and you're just gonna mix it up. And feel free to get funky with it. Like, just really fold. Any Schitt's Creek fans? You're gonna fold in your crispy rice cereal. So just fold it in, work it through. Don't worry about crunching the cereal down too much, and just keep working it. It kind of accumulates at the bottom, so I honestly highly recommend folding. No joke. Like, get it worked through there. It's gonna get a little tense. You're gonna get a little good arm workout. I'm gonna add my last cup. All right, boom. All right, so we're just gonna finish mixing this in. So I already, as I'm mixing this in, because like I said, you have to work fast with this because we still have like 2 more ingredients to add and we gotta, get rolling because it's a log. We gotta make a log. So I already have this ready to go. I got my pan, wax paper. She's ready. She's looking good. So now she's just waiting on me. So just keep mixing it in. You'll see a lot of like loose little crispies. Just get it worked in there. Okay. Yeah, that's an arm workout. All right. So you'll see it kind of gets like a little, ooh. Yum, 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 yum. Okay. So that's where we're at. Just make sure that it's mixed in real good. You're gonna bring your tray over with your wax paper so then it doesn't stick to anything because you gotta spread this baby out. So that's our next step, is that you're gonna take your pan, okay, with the wax paper, and you gotta get this piece of work, piece of art onto that wax paper into like a little rectangle. Okay, so you're just gonna kind of start taking it out. Whoop. There she blows. Here we go. Okay, I miss my partner in crime. So I'm just gonna talk to myself. I'm gonna talk to you. How are you doing? I hope you're following along with us, or rewatch this and make the recipe with me. I'd love a buddy. All right, so literally really quick before I finish it out, I'm literally just like placing it in hunks around, just kind of filling in the gaps. So just do that first. You don't have to be precise in anything. Just try to spread it out evenly, because once this starts to harden, it's like real tough to work with. So put that down there. Fabulous. And so you can really make this as thick or as thin as you want, as long as you don't really see the bottom of the pan. So that's kind of my recommendation. But I would keep it fairly thin, maybe like less even than a 1/2 inch. Like it's actually pretty thin, just because it's gonna be really hard to roll if this is thick. So I'm just kind of making room for the last bit of my cereal. If you can use like one of these silicone spatulas to help you, they're a lifesaver. You won't regret it. Okay, so now I'm just literally spreading it out. So I'm taking my tool and I'm going like this and spreading it. So it's gonna have the Crispies go together. It's gonna space it out. It's gonna be the shape that I need it to be, which is a rectangle. Gotta get aggressive. This is our true crime show. So we can't be slack. We can't be loosey-goosey. All right, so I'm gonna keep spreading this out. Oh, good Lord. We got a good one today. She is spreading out. All right, just know we still have more steps to come though, friends. So don't be like, is this the end? Like, is this your log? Do you know your shapes? Yeah, I know my shapes. So we're gonna spread that out, because now we're gonna add melted chocolate. Yup, you heard it, melted chocolate. Thank the Lord. Okay, so like this thing is gonna be just incredible. I cannot wait to eat this. So, let me take that chunk. Like fill it in if you see pieces where you're like, ooh, that's not, I can see the bottom of my pan with that. It's okay. Like just, do your thing. Take the time to fix it, whatever, like feel good about it. Feel good about your work. Work it! All right, I'm done. So now you're gonna take about a cup or more if you're a chocoholic, kind of like me. But I do a cup just because now we have, let me show you. Okay. So now we have kind of our masterpiece. And so you're going to take it, melt chocolate, and then you're gonna drizzle it and spread it throughout here. Another tip for like helping spread the Rice Krispies if your silicone spatula isn't doing it, you can dip just like a metal spoon in some water and some cold water, and then that'll help the crispy rice and everything not stick to it as much. So let's get to melting. And here's our chocolate. Melted chocolate. So I did it for about like a minute or so, because the most important thing when you are melting chocolate is that you don't want to burn it, okay? So just throw it in the microwave. You don't need to get super fancy with this. And then literally you're just gonna take it with your spoon and just spread it all throughout there, because it's gonna create a nice coat of like an extra layer of yumminess for you and whatever party you're going. Well, you might not be going to parties yet, but when we come out of this COVID thing, bam! You guys are gonna be the hit of the party. Let them know who sent you with the recipe. All right, so anywho, you're gonna keep on going and just do this and do that. Keep on spreading. Okay, and then you can also use, you can definitely do as much chocolate as you want. And then use your silicone spatula just to make sure you get absolutely every drop, because we're about chocolate here. We're all about it. Sure, we'll have some healthy recipes down the road, but we're living our truth. So, all right, now that we have that on there, yum. Again, you can add as much chocolate as you want to. And then the inside's just kind of for fun. So I like to add M&Ms. I have green M&Ms because I want to match my outfit. But you can really do peanut butter M&Ms. You can do anything else that you want on the inside. And literally I just kind of space them out, sprinkle them, make sure there's none too close together because you don't want it to be like nuts, but it's gonna be a nice little surprise on the inside. Okay, so literally just, yeah, like go for it. And then the fun thing is that you can always do like Christmas ones. You could do Halloween, you can do Easter. Literally this recipe is something that you can take to any family function, any friends' parties. It's basically the recipe we didn't know we needed because we already have Rice Krispie bars. But now we don't know what we'd do without it. So there you go. Do match my outfit, match my outfit. Okay, so now you're gonna take the very end. That's why we have this wax paper. And you're gonna, don't need that piece. Then you're gonna curve it as much as you can. Like right away, curve it down nice and tight, because now this is where your log goes at. We're almost to the finish line. Okay, so you're gonna keep on rolling it and peeling back the paper. So here's mine so far to show you. Da, 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 da. So you're gonna pull this up, roll baby, roll baby, roll, and then pull this back, okay? So it might be kind of tough, but let it kind of go. You see that? Oh gosh, I love this recipe. Okay, so we're just gonna keep on going. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Yes! Ooh, and our ends look good. Oh, she's a beaut. All right, how'd you guys do? Here she is, our log. Okay, so make sure you roll it nice and tight because you don't want to see like huge gaps. You can always go, boop, what are you talking about, gaps? I did it perfectly. Me too. Okay, now you're gonna take this. You can leave it on the pan if you'd like. For sure, keep it on the wax paper because we have to put it in the fridge for about 2 hours. So if you want to speed up the process, you can put it in the freezer. But basically, you just want it to get hardened so then when you cut it up, it doesn't fall apart. So I'm gonna put this beautiful thing in the fridge, and now we're gonna catch Jean Bean with her story. Welcome to the murder portion of the show. I'm here at my house because Kara did not let me come over. She didn't allow me to come into her home. Just kidding. But anyway, so this is the Muriel. I can't ever say her name. The Muriel Baldridge story. I always want to say Muriel, but it's Muriel. Okay, so Floyd County is a small county in eastern Kentucky. This area was no stranger to the bloodshed and tragedy. And then on the night of July 27th, 1949, a young, beautiful cheerleader at Prestonburg High School was brutally murdered close to the safety of her parents' home.
Oh, no.
This is the story of Muriel Baldridge. So on Monday, July 27th, Muriel and some of her girlfriends were out on the town enjoying their teenage carefree life. YOLO. And they had spent the evening at their local county carnival. Muriel and a few of her friends began walking home at the end of the night, and when they approached their well-known Prestonburg Bridge, they parted ways because Muriel lived on the other side of the bridge, just on the other side. She was reported to have said that she was not afraid to walk alone the rest of the way, which I don't know why teenagers think that they're invincible. I knew I did, but they shouldn't. Little did she know that that was the last time anyone would see her alive. So back in 1949, phones weren't very common. So this is why I'm assuming her parents didn't freak out when she didn't come through the door. They probably just assumed that, she was staying at a friend's or something. It was a quiet little town. I don't know. Her body would be discovered early the next morning down by the riverbank, just 50 feet from her parents' house. That sucks. She was found with her head almost completely smashed in. Yeah, it's gross. Muriel had been struck over the head by the bridge and then dragged down to the riverbank. She put up so much a struggle that she uprooted a small peach tree, and later they would find her necklace still hanging from that branch. That's how big of a fight that she had, was she uprooted an entire freaking tree. I mean, I probably would do the same. I wouldn't want to die.
You get those mega.
Right. There were also numerous reports that night of people hearing screams from that direction, but apparently, nobody thought to go investigate or anything. They just reported that they heard screams and didn't do anything about it.
Normal.
Good Samaritans. Good Samaritans. Anyway, eventually multiple fatal blows to the head would be deemed the cause of death. So evidence at the scene were found to have several footprints, an 8-inch lead pipe, which I assume caused the damage to her head, some empty whiskey bottles, and her necklace that was around on that peach tree. And then the coroner decided that her body was, she was pronounced dead at 10:30 p.m. And then this is where the story gets even weirder to me. So multiple people initially confessed to the murder. I know. like why would you confess to something you didn't do? I don't get that part, but and then they later recanted it for various reasons. So the first suspect was a local man that had recently just moved to Texas. His name was Donald Dutney Horn. He goes by Dutney.
Dutney.
He and Muriel, there I go again, Muriel. They were friendly and they had known each other pretty well. They were even reportedly hanging out either the day of the murder or the day before the murder, before he left town. So that's kind of suspicious.
I'd say.
Yeah, he was, he had confessed, allegedly said that he knew he needed to be questioned, so he like wanted to come back to answer the questions and, you know, do his duty. But he later said that he didn't mean he confessed, he just wanted to get a free ride back into town. Like, what a way to abuse the system.
What a duty Duddy had, whatever that
Dutney.
Dude.
And then so he, you know, was let go due to lack of evidence. So then the next suspect was a young carnival worker named Olin Collins, who implicated both himself and another carnival worker named Bill Gamble. Gamble was brought in for questioning, and he even ended up signing a confession that same night. But then he later recanted it because they found out that he was actually illiterate. So there's no way he could have read or wrote the confession at all. So I think somebody was trying to pull one over on poor Mr. Bill Gamble. So then the two carnival workers were then let go because of lack of evidence against them too. So finally, we have the person I think did it. The most important suspect, in my opinion. A man by the name of Ron S. Moles. So Moles was a 60-year-old, well-known and respected member of the Prestonburg Board of Education. Those white men in power, I'll tell you what.
Hoity-toity.
So the evidence against Moles was overwhelming. It included 11 testimonies in the very first day of the trial. The most significant witness against Moles was an admitted bootlegger, so a man who sells the booze, named Clyde M. Godsey, and his wife. Godsey testified that Moles had arrived at his house near midnight, which was just about 2 hours after they said that she had been murdered, you know, at 10:30. And Godsey's wife testified that he showed up to buy a pint of whiskey because he sells the booze. She claimed that the same brand of whiskey that he bought was the one that they found. You know how they found whiskey bottles at the scene? They said that that's the same bottles that they sold. So, linky dinky. And then she also claimed that he asked her to not turn on the lights.
What?
Like, how weird is that? Don't turn the lights on. I want to buy my booze in the dark, please. And then she later told police that she had also noticed bloodstains on his shirt. Where else would those have come from, sir?
You said werewolves.
Werewolves also appeared in the murder trial.
It wouldn't shock me.
That's funny. And then she also said that he came back another 4 hours later. So it was midnight. Now it's 4 hours later, which is midnight. 4 a.m. I did not major in math. And then he came back to say, "Don't remember I came here tonight." You getting real suspicious, Mr. Moles. So then several other testified that they saw scratches up and down Moles' arms the day after the murder. Why else would somebody have scratches? So now on to the defense of the trial, Mr. Moles' defense. So he took the stand and he straight up claimed that the gas station owner had his timeline wrong and that he got his car seat covers changed a month before the murder even took place. But I don't believe that. Like, I don't think that the gas station guy could be that confused. like a month and I don't know. I know the trial set like way after and there was an investigation and whatever, but I don't know. I think it's no. Wrong. And then, and he also testified that he couldn't have committed the murder because he was at home sleeping all night that night.
Oh, how convenient. The only
Right.
part of that is yourself, so.
Convenient. But Moses' wife also took the stand, and she had chronic arthritis. And she even had a doctor's note documentation to prove it. And she claimed that it kept her up all night, the night of the murder, and that she knew for a fact that her husband was in bed sleeping all night long. But you know, I'm sure it kept her awake, but I don't think she kept all night long. I'm sure she fell asleep at some point, and
I'm sorry, he's not a freaking owl, so.
right. Or
Conclusive.
she's scared of being murdered herself.
Mm.
And so she just
That's valid.
said that she knew that to be an alibi, so she didn't get murdered herself. So, anyway, the jury then went to deliberate over the trial, and in just under 2 hours, they came back with the verdict. They came back with a verdict of not guilty.
No!
I know.
And all because his wife's arthritis. You know, those people, but don't tell me you're up all night.
Right. And then, so even more crazy is after the trial was over, all of the evidence was inexplicably destroyed. And records are missing. The only evidence that remains is her dress, Muriel's dress. And they had given that back to her parents. So all of the evidence is destroyed. Nothing else has ever been brought forward. There have been no other trials, no other real suspects, and basically no other detective work that has been happened. That's a sentence. No other detective work has happened since. So that town is left with no answers on who killed Muriel Baldridge.
Oh my gosh.
Basically, the man who did it got away because he was on trial, and then the dang jury was like, nope, he didn't do it.
That is so annoying. Really great story, though.
I don't know about you, but that story blew my mind. Moles totally did it. Moral of the story. But thank you, Jean. That was a really good one. And now we've taken our log out of the fridge. So you should have, I kind of started cutting it already, but you'll have that. And then you're just gonna cut it into slices. You can make them like as thick or as thin as you want to. You can even leave it like when you go to a party in log form, like literally any holiday, birthdays, Easter, whatever. This baby has come in handy for me. So here's our final product. Ooh, yum! I hope you had fun with us today. Again, Jean and I will be back together next week, and we can't wait to see you again. Have a good night.